You're allowed to have a bad day, you're allowed to have a bad week, even a bad year, but you are not allowed to have a bad life. Like, that is not permitted. And you're not the problem, your lack of systems is. And you don't need more motivation, you need structure. And believe it or not, you already have habits. Your bank statement is proof of your financial habits. Your body is proof of your healthy habits. How well or not you move your body. And your mental health, your peace, your sanity level is proof of the mental health habits that you have. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time joining us here, you're welcome. And if you're seeing my video for the second time or you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate your time. And on today's video, we're going to be discussing 7 healthy habits that future you will thank you for. These habits are habits that I've incorporated into my life personally over the past 2 years, and they have drastically changed my life. So we all say we want a better life, we all say we want a better future, we have these big dreams that we're chasing, and we know, like, there's this conviction within you that you know that there's this better heart that you want to become. You want to become high, you want to become an eagle, you want to become this person that is in your mind. But every day you wake up and you choose not to, not consciously, but what we don't realize is that inaction is still action, and procrastination is just choosing to delay a better future. And I say something to myself a lot: it is foolishness to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Till I sat up and told myself the hard, harsh truth that nobody is coming to save me and I needed to put in the work. My life did not start to change. And I'm saying this as someone who has sat down and had a feeling of lack of purpose, and I didn't know what I was doing with my life, and I was so confused. I needed clarity, I needed direction. It all was within me. And this is something that you need to know. You're allowed to have a bad day, you're allowed to have a bad week, even a bad year, but you are not allowed to have a bad life. Like, that is not permitted, and it is all from your actions. It's all from the things that you choose to do or not to do. And what are the things that you can choose to do that would help you have a better life, that would help you go closer to this future you and this big life and big dream that you want to have? Is having systems. And I know systems sounds like a big word, like it sounds very corporate-ish and businesses, but systems are literally just habits. They are the repeated things that you do on a day-to-day basis that set you up for success. One of the best things I ever read, and I think it was from Atomic Habits, is that habits are just a vote for the type of life that you want to live. If someone follows you around daily for a month, for a week, for a day, would they believe that you're working towards the kind of life that you say that you want? This thing that you write down in your journal every year, the things that you put on your vision board, the life that you imagine for yourself, if they follow you around on a day-to-day basis, would they believe that you're working towards that life? Because your habits are literally just you voting for the type of life that you want. And the best thing that I've ever heard, that has stuck to my head, is that inaction is still action. Because I think a lot of us believe that if we're not doing something, it means we're just not doing that thing. You don't realize that not doing the things that you want to do is literally building you towards a different outcome. So you have to fix the input, and the output will immediately and automatically fix themselves. Your life is literally a accumulation of the little things. Little drops of water make a mighty ocean. They did not lie when they told us that. So you have to fix your daily habits, and automatically you will end up somewhere entirely different. And these are the 7 habits that I will recommend to anybody that is trying to get a better result, a positive result out of their lives. The first one, and the most important one as far as I am concerned, is to win your morning. Now, we see a lot of wake up early, do this one, do that one. It's not just about that. You can wake up at any time, whatever works for your lifestyle. But to win your morning, you have to wake up and know exactly what you're doing, because that is the fastest way to scatter your day. To just wake up and be confused, or to just wake up and pick your phone and just start doom scrolling. No, you have to wake up with a plan. You have to wake up and know exactly, know the first 5 things that you're going to do. Because when I open my eyes and I have a plan and I know exactly what to do, once I get into motion, my day has started. It just continues to go positively from there. And when I don't know, on days when I just feel busy and I just wake up and I pick up my phone, it just goes downhill from there. So you need to know exactly what your morning requires. For someone like me, I wake up, the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is to get warm water, just to wake myself up. Warm water and lemon, and to get my stomach going. I journal, I read my Bible, I take a walk or do something, movements. I have to move my body just to wake myself up. And then as tiny as this sound, this has made a lot of difference, continues to make a lot of difference. I have a bath and I dress up. Because if I stay in my nightwear, I will rot in my bed. I have to have a bath. I have to stand up. I have to dress up and go to my decks. It makes a lot of difference. And I'm saying this as someone that has genuinely struggled with building systems, someone who works for themselves, and it is very easy to dilly-dally your days away and you don't realize that days are going by, like days become weeks and weeks become months and months become years, and that is just how you waste your time. So you have to win your morning. Your morning literally determines the rest of your day, and if you don't determine your morning, your phone will do it for you. And as someone who is a business owner, who works from home and who has a team that depends on her, I have to get up, because my morning literally, I tell myself that my mornings equals my revenue. Like I have to be on my Zoom. Now, the second habit for me is journaling. And I know that journaling is not for everybody. And when we talk about journaling, we like to think it's very fancy, no, it's not about that. It's just letting yourself express, like letting yourself process the thoughts in your head. If you're an overthinker, you can easily overthink yourself into a halt. Like you think about something so much, you don't even have any action, you don't do anything. And one thing that journaling does for you is that it brings clarity. You cannot work on something that you're not clear about. Write out your dream life, write out what the highest version of yourself looks like, that her that you imagine, what does she do, what is her life like, what are the things. I like to think of myself in the final form and walk backwards from there. And that gives me a lot of clarity, that allows me to know where I'm going. For example, for Ame Experience, which is my event planning business, I know that I want us to go global, right? I want us to have international clients. And I see, like I envision this life, and I've written it down in my journal clearly, what I want Ame Experience to look like in the next 5 years. And from there, I can think of what are the steps that I would take to achieve that. So when I say journaling, don't think of the fancy. You pick up any book, your phone, you can voice journal, just talk to yourself. You can record a voice note. It doesn't have to be fancy, just clarity. Bring it out of your head and have clarity. Which brings me to my third point, which is quite similar to journaling, but it's not the same thing. This is one of the things that I have imbibed into my habits and my routine that has genuinely changed my life, and it's brain dumping. As someone who is multifaceted, multi-passionate, my brain is constantly working at 120 kilometers per hour. Like it's just, like I have a lot of thoughts, I have a lot of opinions, ideas, like there's so many things going on in my head at the same time, and I have to brain dump. I literally have to brain dump. I have to write it down, scattered. When you see my journal, my brain dump journal, I'm writing one thing here, one thing here, one thing here, one thing here. Like I think about it, I write it down. I think about it, I write it down. Because sometimes those ideas just come and I never go back to it. Sometimes it stays on my mind and I can then go back to where I wrote it down and said, and say, oh, right, I wanted to do this thing, so it's time to go back to it, right? But you have to brain dump. Dump everything onto a piece of paper. Let your problems, put them onto a piece of paper. Don't let it be bigger than you, because the more you ruminate on problems, the bigger they become. And this is about anything. Once you start overthinking, once your brain starts to operate on an overdrive, I don't know about you, but for me, I would just, like this morning, this is a very good example. This year has been quite a year. Like it's just been one thing to another, one thing to another, one thing to another. And I got some bad news this morning and I started to think about it, and it literally made me pause for like an hour. I couldn't do anything because I just kept thinking, oh this, oh that. And I picked up my journal. The first thing that I wrote is, why am I borrowing sorrow from the future? Yes, I know that this thing is going to be a problem. Yes, I know that this thing is going to stress me, but as of today, I cannot do anything about it. And I wrote out all the different ways that I think that I can solve that problem onto a piece of paper. I closed it, I got into the shower, had my bath, and started to film my video, period. Because if I didn't do that, I would have spent my entire day just there. Like I'll do the other things I need to do, but I would do them with clarity. Like I'll just be draggy, brain dump. I know that you know what I'm talking about. All those things that worry you in your head, put it onto a piece of paper and leave it there, so that you can go back there and attack it properly, not just allow it take on a life of its own in your head, and your head just goes into an overdrive. Don't do that. The fourth one is meal prepping. Food is energy to your body. Food is energy to your soul. The things that you eat affect your body. I used to think, and now a lot of these things I'm talking about them from a personal standpoint, because I've been here. I have always been an ambitious person. I've always wanted to have a bigger life, right? So, and I didn't have a lot of examples of that growing up. Like, my parents did their best, but I grew up in a very small community in a village. You get, so there's not a lot of examples that I had directly in front of me. So I had to fight for a vision of what this life looked like for me. And when it comes to food, when I started to live on my own, I decided to live on my own at a very young age. I moved out of my father's house in 2017. I used to just eat anything, snacks, whatever. I didn't like to cook. I just wanted to be up and going. And sometime, I think 2 years ago, I realized that I was always tired. I was always weak. I just always felt heavy and groggy, and I just decided to go to the hospital. Come to find out that I was lacking a couple vitamins. Like, my energy level was low iron girly, like the girlies like to say. But it's because I wasn't eating right, and I decided I was going to start eating well, and I was going to fix myself from within, and it has made such a difference. I fixed my gut health, I fixed my iron level, I eat well. Like, I know it sounds so small. All of these things sound like very small things, but again, your life is an accumulation of things that you do every day. If you eat fast food every day, or you just buy food, random food that you don't know what is going into it every day, it's going to affect you, your energy level, how you show up. Like, you don't know it, but it's a accumulation of all these things. Try meal prepping. Just try for a little bit. I know that not everybody has the luxury of time to do that, but to whatever capacity that you can, just try it. This year particularly, I decided to focus on eating a balanced plate. I didn't like veggies before. I didn't used to like veggies at all. I used to be the person that used to pick vegetables out of fried rice, but now I'm eating a whole salad. I think this is not part of the things I'm talking about, but it leads me to a point that I recently made peace with, that you can teach yourself anything. Like, literally, as an adult, you can make yourself do anything. You can teach yourself anything. Nothing is above or beneath you. You just have to decide that you want to do it. It comes from the little things like having a grocery list, knowing what you need to have in the house, setting yourself up for success. Even for meal prepping, aside from eating healthy and food being soul and energy to your body, so that you're able to go about your day quickly. For someone like me, if I have not meal prepped, if there's no food in the house, I will not eat. I'm one of those people that will not start thinking of what to eat till my head has almost removed, till I've almost fainted from the hunger. So because I have things prepped in the fridge, I can easily just go there and whip one or two things together for breakfast. In the morning, I don't want to think too much. The more I think about them in advance, like, if you check my my February reset video, you see where I wrote like my grocery list, and I started to meal prep, and I started to make my smoothies. It makes things easier. I just go to the fridge, pick it up, and keep it pushing. Because whether we like it or not, what we eat is important. So I would urge you to take time out of your day, your week, your month to meal prep. Start small. Prep your breakfast, prep your dinner, and see the difference that this would make to your life and to your lifestyle, and overall the contribution that it will make to the life that you're trying to achieve, the bigger picture. My fifth point is go to sleep. A lot of young people, we do not have good sleeping habits. You will be on that phone till 2 a.m. That is when TikTok is sweet. That is when the gist on Twitter is popping. And I know and I understand, because sometimes during the day it's just go, and you feel like at night is the time you have to scroll through your phone. You put the phone down, go to bed. Put the phone down. I have a friend that usually sleeps like midnight, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. They're still awake, and they'll have to wake up the next day to go to work, because unfortunately for a lot of us, we have to work, right? And I kept urging her to sleep. Just try. And the one time she had a good 8-hour sleep, she called me and she's like, oh my God, I cannot lie, it makes a lot of difference. I'm not grumpy in the morning. I woke up lighter. I said, Siam, you see, goes to the rest of you as well. Go to sleep. Try your best to get a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It would make all the difference. I'm going to find that a tweet and put it on screen. My friend tweeted about me, and she was like, why does Pasheda have so much energy in the morning? I sleep. 11 o'clock, I'm in bed. No, from 9:45 at night, my phone will start doing prepare to sleep. No matter where I am. My friends know. They call me an old lady, because when I'm outside, I just go, oh, you guys, it's getting too late, man. I just need to sleep. I've gone home. I've gone home. 9:45, my alarm starts ringing. Prepare to sleep regardless of where I am. It means I know, and I don't go to bed till 10:30 and 11, but once that alarm goes off at 9:45, I know that I have to start preparing myself. If I'm not home, I need to get home. If I'm at home, I need to wash my face, do my skincare, put my room together. I start to unwind. It is very, very important. Sleep is so important. Again, I say all of these things because they sound very small. They sound like things that you hear on a day-to-day, but I'm telling you that these are the little things that actually make a difference. Especially if you're past 25, try it. It makes such a difference to your life. You know, when I was a lot younger, I was just like, you know, whatever, I can sleep at any time, wake up at any time, go. I had an outside era, Obi's house today, outside tomorrow, like that. And I had so much energy. Unfortunately, I don't have as much energy, and I'm not even 30 yet. I'm very close to 30, but I'm not even 30 yet. So if you're over 30, you know what I'm talking about. Sleep is so important to your body, and if you're younger, the earlier you cultivate these habits, the easier it is for you to maintain it. So go to bed, put the phone down, close your TikTok, close your Twitter, and go to bed. Now, my 6th habit for you is to pick up a book. Guys, pick up a book. It can be fiction, non-fiction. Pick up a book. Or if you don't like books, find a hobby. You need something that is not work and that is not scrolling on your phone. You need something else. Your brain needs something else. You need to read, audiobook, podcast. Find something that does not require you scrolling on your phone. Guys, we spend so much on, I swear I sound like our parents now. It's the damn phone. It's always that phone. That phone is the problem. Put the phone down. Pick up a book. You don't even have to read self-help books or whatever. Although I do find personally that they help me. It's not for everybody. I solely believe in finding what works for you, but you need to find a hobby, something that recharges you, something that grounds you, something that removes you from your phone, because that's not your reality. Close the phone and look at your life for what it is. Stop existing on your phone alone. You guys, I had to move to natural light because power has gone off and the weather is a bit gloomy, so my inverter is not charging. Anyways, I was saying number 6 is pick up a book, read a book, or / pick up a hobby. But I really want you guys to read a book. There's so much knowledge in what people are writing down. Some of the books that I've read this year that have really, really, really helped my life. Not just this year, actually, over the past 2 years, I would say that have really, really helped my life and helped me to change my mindset. Especially if you didn't grow up in an environment where these things were handed to you on a platter, you had to learn them for yourselves. Find resources, and a lot of these resources are in books. Books that I would recommend to you is Atomic Habit by James Clear, 5 a.m. Club, Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Let Them Theory was so good for me because it allowed me I wasn't one to typically care what people would say or whatnot, but it really put it into perspective for me, and I was just able to pick good nuggets from there. And on my Instagram post, actually one of my last Instagram posts was me sharing books that had helped me. I'm going to attach it on screen here, but read a book or find a hobby, okay? And my last but not the least hobby for you is to move your body. Walk out, play tennis, fitness, move your body. The gym is not for everybody, but maybe take a walk. Walking is not for you, maybe try running, maybe try tennis, maybe try swimming, but find something that allows you to move your body, because future you will thank you for that. Oh my God, you guys, you need to move your body, actually at any age, but if you're younger, again, the earlier you pick up this habit, the earlier you cultivate this habit, the better for you. But move your body. And those are the 7 habits that I have for you, and I hope that you picked something from this video. I also want to make it very clear that while all these habits are important, it's very also necessary and important for you not to bombard yourself with things on a day-to-day basis. You have to make your habits easy. They have to fit into your lifestyle. You cannot just see someone else's life and just try to copy it. If you pick up any of these things, I hope that you adopt it into the life that you're currently living, into your lifestyle, because it's easy habits that are repetitive habits. It's not the, oh, I just, 30 days hard, 75 days hard, and after that it just goes into a crash and you never do those things again. No, we're talking about sustainable habits that become a part and parcel of your life. You have to make these things easy for yourself to do. For example, if you want to go to the gym, pick out your gym clothes the night before, put it beside your bed so that when you wake up in the morning, you just stand up and get to it. You don't have to think too much about it. You want to save more money, automate your savings. Make these things easier for yourself to do, so that you have less and less reasons and excuses not to make them happen. Something else that is important for you to notice, that you need to build a habit system that you can stick to on your worst days. The things that you can do when you're tired, gloomy, exhausted, not motivated, those are the habits that are real. Those are the ones that stick with you. A healthy habit system is not one that works just when you're motivated. It's one that works on a daily basis. For me, the things that I can do at the worst point of my month, which is my period week, are my actual habits. And on my period week, I will still get up and drink warm water. I will still get up and take a walk. I will still get up and read my Bible. I will still get up and journal. These are your real habits, the ones that you can do on your worst days. And not to say that you have to do everything every day, but the ones that you don't need brain power for, they've become so normal to you as brushing your teeth. So you have to build a habit system that even on your worst days you can lean on it. They also make your worst days better. Actually, sometimes it's not just bed rotting. Go outside and see sunshine, touch grass. Go outside and touch grass. You are not depressed, go and touch grass. And you can only do this thing if you build systems that allow you to tap into them even when you're exhausted. It is very important that you are consistent. Like, consistent habits are what builds systems. And I want you to know that you're not stuck. You don't have a bad life. Things are not, like, your life is not over. Your life is not, it's not the worst it can be. You just need to untangle the mess and build healthy habits and systems. And these things sound so small. They don't sound like they can change your life, but they can. They make you a better person. When you're a better person, when you feel better about yourself, you're able to put more into your life. You're able to be more productive. You're able to do more things, think clearly. The future is not built on big moments. It's built on the boring habits that you do on a day-to-day basis. And whether you like it or not, you are currently forming habits. If you're not doing the healthy things, you're forming unhealthy habits. Habits are not only healthy things, they are unhealthy habits as well. And inaction, like we said, is also an action. So if you choose not to do these things, you're still doing something regardless. So why not move that energy towards the things that will make your life better? So I hope that this video motivates you, encourages you, gives you the strength to sit with yourself and cultivate healthier habits for yourself. And I hope that you choose wisely, because again, inaction is still action. And I hope that you always remember that future you is watching you, and you would want them to be proud of you. You want them to say thank you for the habits and the systems that you're putting in place for them to make the future easier and better. And also, until I catch you next week, stay blessed. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Drop a comment on things that you're currently imbibing into your life that makes you a better person. I want us to chat more in the comment section, actually, so drop a comment. And also, something very important that I did note initially was, do not forget to pray. I don't know if you're Christian, Muslim, or whatever faith that you carry, but I hope that you turn to God and you can drop your problems with Him. You can ask Him to help you. I go to God crying, God, help me, I don't know what I'm doing. It's the author and finisher of my faith, and of, I don't know if He's of your faith too. But yes, do not forget to pray and lean on God. Anyways, I'm going to see you next week with another video. I love you so much. Remain your best self. Bye.